everybody, to A Few Bits Podcast, episode 72. Thank you, Ryan, for coughing.
You're welcome.
I'm one of your hosts, Cole Tixon, joined by the man with the sniffles and the fancy microphone. Hi, everyone. YouTube.com/FewBitsPodcast. Or is it A Few Bits? I don't even know.
It's A Few Bits Podcast.
Got it right the first time.
Someone owns A Few Bits.
God. We've tried to buy it. We offered them, what?
3 pesos.
Force Unleashed 2. They didn't want to take it. No one wants that game. That's an old one. That's Ryan Tixon over there.
Hi, everybody. Hi.
So here we are. Welcome to Ryan's little nerd cave.
Yep.
For those of you watching on video, for those of you not, welcome to our audio episode. So we're going to talk about games because that's what we do here occasionally, every once in a while. Normally we start out, just talking about what we've been playing. It's a little check-in. We're brothers. If you didn't know us, we have the same last name. So,
we're not just cousins, or
we're not.
You're not my estranged son with a beard.
We look similar. I've been told that we look.
We were at a twins' birthday party, and one of the twins' grandmother said we look like twins. This past weekend.
Not true.
That's true.
No, that we're not.
It's true. We're not twins. It's true. My story is true.
I didn't call you a liar.
You didn't call me a liar?
No. This is very exciting stuff. Yes, we were at a 1-year-old. Our little I'm sure we've talked about Bobby Waggle. It's before at some point.
Yeah.
His little twinsies and Jenna, they just turned 1, so congrats to them. It's adorable. We were there.
And then I went to our parents' house with the kid because they want to spend some time with the kid.
Right.
And our parents' neighbors have twins.
Yep.
And they were having a birthday party for their twins. It was a twin birthday party.
They should have just joined together.
Rented a
bouncy castle, called it a day.
So great.
It's like double bouncing kids all day.
When I was this past 4th of July, I was at this is so much family. I was at my in-laws' house.
We're a very intimate podcast.
And the neighbor rented a bounce house.
Right.
And
vomit everywhere.
No. There was
diarrhea.
There was only one kid in there. He had a bounce house, Spider-Man bounce house, all to himself for 4th of July.
That's kind of sad.
He was having the best 4th of July ever. No, he was having fun. I think it was post-party because it was pretty late in the day.
You have to have friends in your bouncy castle with you.
But I think he did earlier in the day. I'm saying it was like later in the day. You probably rented it for a day.
Everyone's all bounced out. He's in it for the long haul.
He's in it. I'm staying in this
fireworks. We're bouncing.
Spider-Man bounce house, just bouncing away.
Yeah, was the netting webs?
It was like like the outside of it was like web, and Spider-Man was like on the top looking down. It was pretty great. I almost asked the child if I could go into his bounce house.
You have a degree in design. Did you ever consider designing bouncy houses for a living?
No, I never did. But I bet I'd be pretty good at it.
Monster.com.
Yeah.
Bouncy house
designer.
Design extraordinaire, I believe is their official title. Full title.
Yeah.
I bet you pull at least $30K a year. Designing bouncy castles.
Least. Minimum.
At least $30K.
Do you think that is
There's one guy.
No, that's what I was going to say. Do you think like the Bounce House Association or whatever the hell the company's called, Bounce House Inc., just has like one designer in-house?
Bounce Pro.
Bounce Pro? Do you think Bounce Pro just has one designer in-house that does it all? Or do you think it's like a contract thing?
I'd like to think it's one guy that does every bouncy castle ever. Like, I mean, he's, the torch has been passed throughout the years, but you really have to earn that spot, like years and years of service and years of bouncing for that 30K per year, Ryan.
Yeah.
Like, you can live off of that. No problem.
In a previous life, similar to a bounce house, but not really. Yeah. I worked for a company that made monster trucks, and there were probably like 3 or 4 guys that worked on like the graphics team that helped out with different monster trucks.
Yep, shout out
but if
to them.
Anyone needed like a crazy monster truck, there was pretty much just one guy that did it all. So I'd like to think that same situation is applied to Bounce House.
If they need like a Jurassic World monster truck, like there's one guy that can make like raptor claws come out of tires.
It needs to be like shaped as like that.
Like a retractable claw coming out of the tire.
Now, if it's just a Jurassic World with like just like a wrap with like a logo on the side of it,
Lame.
then they probably don't need the big guns. But if they need something cool and crazy, there was like one guy that kind of did it all.
One evil genius.
One evil genius that is just making monster trucks.
I'll never
day.
be that guy.
Neither will I. I got too close to the sun. That's why I left.
Burns. All right. That was fun. Have anything else exciting going on in your life, Ryan? What's going on?
Nothing. Like, I'm a little sick. Kid's getting me
He's
sick.
sniffly.
The kid gets me sick all the time. I don't know what it is. I think it's the lack of sleep. I think it's a mixture of just like the weather. The weather hasn't been great here in the Chicago area.
We're in Aurora.
We're in Aurora in a basement.
I had to shovel the driveway today, and it was shoveling about a half inch of ice.
But I think I've been more sick in like the last 7 months that the kid's been alive than I have been in like all of my 20s. Like just getting me, and it hasn't been like I've never gotten like sick.
A bundle of joy or a bundle of germs.
A bundle of germs. I wish I could just get like a bad flu for like a weekend.
Just call it a day.
And then be done with it. But I've been like almost sick.
Just shit coming out of every hole for like a week.
For like, I would rather have that than like this just like 7-month cold cough sicky feeling that I've had.
Then you look at him and you're like,
oh yeah, then it's all worth it. Then it's all worth it.
You can cough on me all you want, little guy.
Yeah.
Daddy's got you.
Daddy's got you.
Daddy's got you.
We're just gonna hang out here.
We're just gonna hang out.
We're just gonna play.
When we babysat him, I just propped him on my belly and played some NHL. Called it a day.
He really likes to like sit on your lap and just like bang on the controller like with you. Like you'll be like doing stuff and he'll just like be batting away at your hand.
It's these darn kids, Ryan, with their apps and their phones. They already know. It's already embedded.
He knows totally. Like he knows what the phone is. He knows that it's a area of entertainment, and I can totally play with it.
He's questioned, why do we still call these phones? I've heard him say that.
Oh yeah, I've heard him. Yeah, exactly.
These aren't phones anymore, Dad.
No.
These are media devices.
Yeah. They recently came out with a YouTube Kids app that's just focused on like Sesame Street and Disney.
I saw that
and,
actually.
Stuff like
yeah,
that.
I saw that.
So I downloaded that and like just like we'll watch maybe a clip a day, but he'll last he'll last like 25 seconds and he'll be like yeah. But then he like starts beating on the phone and then like the playback gets all messed up and whatever.
Kid YouTube. It reminds me, I was listening to another podcast, my brother and me, and they bought the Teen Google URL.
Oh.
They found I don't know how they got in that conversation, but I guess Teen Google was available.
TeenGoogle.com?
Yeah, so that's great. If you go to TeenGoogle.com, it goes to their website right now.
That's great.
We need clever URLs. Right now, we're just at a few bits.
That's our website.
Fewbits.com.
But that's our website.
We could have had Teen Google, right?
We could have, all sorts of dumb things.
You know Google's going to want that one day.
One day.
That's when those brothers are going to
cash out.
Those brothers are going to hit it big. The successful brothers over there. So let's talk about what we've been playing a bit. How about that?
Yeah, that sounds great.
I'm trying to think. Last episode, Duos was here.
It was late January.
Was it really? It's
Yeah.
March now. What are we on?
It's early March.
We're at 3/3, right?
3/3.
Oh, okay.
Late January to early March.
Okay.
We missed February. February's a short month, though.
I mean, February's like blink of an eye. We're done. Like there's like
it's like you wake up, it's Valentine's Day. Oh crap, I didn't buy anything. Oh, it's March.
Here's something fluffy chocolate.
It's Groundhog's Day, and then it's Valentine's Day, and then
you max out on Bill Murray for one day.
Yep.
You buy some chocolates.
Yep.
It's the 28th.
And then you're like, crap.
It's March.
It's March.
We're marching on. So I bought a PC.
Yeah.
I bought a new PC.
Tell us about that.
I have been really struggling here the last about half year or so. My old compy really would just crap out on me randomly, and since I'm inept to pursue fixing it myself or actually paying for someone to do it, I figured, hey, it's about time to get a new one. So we just got a new one. We got It's a Lenovo. It's one of the pre-built gaming PCs. I've never actually really bought, like, I know people are like, oh, why don't you build it? Like,
Why didn't you build it?
Why don't you build it, man? You're so fucking lame. I'm like, yeah, I am kind of lame. But
You're right.
I bought a pre-built Lenovo. You want to hear how... Okay. Do you know what the actual name of, like, this computer has a name? It's like a serious name. It's kind of douchey. It's very douchey, actually.
It's
called an eraser.
I was gonna say the Fraggerator or something.
The eraser.
Eraser?
Eraser. Try to spell that. ERAZER. Eraser, isn't it? Do you think that's about right?
I think it's weird because Razer is like a computer brand that like makes computer accessories and computer parts, and
I thought the price was right.
a Razer mouse.
I can get past the name, and it comes. Of course, it comes with like all the LEDs. Like,
yeah,
it glows. The computer itself glows blue out of every orifice, and then it comes with actually a pretty decent mouse. It's a real comfortable mouse. The keyboard's okay, but it comes with their branded keyboard and mouse, and of course those glow blue as well.
Wait, what kind is it? What kind of computer is it? What brand?
It's a Lenovo.
Oh, Lenovo.
Yeah. For those of you, I didn't even realize Lenovo really made desktops, but I guess they do. And I don't know, the price was pretty decent. The specs were pretty good. So bought that and been having fun with that. Actually started playing a PC game. Like, I've never actually really gotten into PC games at all.
Like PC
ever.
proper games?
Yeah.
Not playing League anytime soon? Or
we tried that one. Did we do a video with Jacob?
Yeah.
A long while back.
Yeah.
Played League of Legends with him. And yeah, that was about it.
I haven't played in years, but it's probably been a year since I've played League of Legends.
Yeah. Actually, Meredith has been really getting into WoW lately, which is cool. I'll just sometimes pop in and see how she's doing. WoW. I never really got into it. It was never really my deal, but she's way into it, and I think it's,
the only thing close to an MMO I've ever played is Destiny. So
yeah, and that's really just I don't know what it is. It's a shooter.
I'll tell you what it is.
It's a shooter.
It's a shooter
with more than just you.
Yep.
With more people.
Yep.
So I was playing a little bit of H1Z1.
Okay.
One of those lovely. There's so many of them. Those survivor games with the zombie elements and that sort of thing. I believe it's still early access. They haven't really actually released the game yet, so it is a bit buggy. But I have been enjoying. I've actually been watching streams of these battle royales that they do. Okay. So they they pretty much what it is it's pretty much Hunger Games in video games. So they just literally drop
Hunger Games.
Come on. All right, so they drop about 150 dudes from the sky.
All right.
Think of that. 150 dudes dropping from the sky. They parachute down. And
can you kill people while they parachute down?
You can't, but I have flown right by people, and it is kind of funny. Maybe you can run into them. I don't know. I haven't gotten that close. But they drop you in, and they give you a certain spawn point. And, I'm sure there's other people that actually know the map. I don't know the map yet. It's fairly large. It's not super large, but you're dropping into a certain area, and immediately when you hit the ground, it's like a mad dash to find resources. Like, they don't give you anything. They just give you shirt and pants and shoes, and you're on your way. Like, you got to find guns, you got to find ammo, backpacks, helmets. You don't really have to worry about like your stamina or your food or that sort of thing. That doesn't go down in a battle royale. I'm sure it does in the regular game. I haven't really gotten into the regular game yet. It's really just trying to find those murdery weapons as fast as you can. Excuse me. There's vehicles as well. So if you're lucky enough to find a vehicle, you can kind of cruise around in those too. and you have to worry about gas and whatnot. And those actually explode pretty easily, so they're kind of like death traps. I've seen guys before, they'll just roll up on a dude and they'll jump out, like when the car starts smoking, they'll jump out and it's pretty much a bomb. So the guy was shooting it, the car explodes, kills the guy, you're fine because you already jumped out. It's kind of cool.
Sweet.
So I've been trying that.
So it's free for all, right? There's no teams really, but you could, in theory.
You can team up. I've seen, like I said, I've actually been getting into streams lately, like watching streams, like enjoying that whole weird media world that is. It feels very awkward to me, but it is pretty entertaining. I've seen people team up. If you're sly and can convince guys to team up, sometimes they do, whatnot. But it's mostly just a mad dash to find resources and murder each other and hide in the woods. The one element to kind of, because when you think about it, like you start killing people, numbers start going down. Like you have this gigantic map. How the hell does anyone ever win? Yeah. So they do something.
You can just camp somewhere forever.
Yeah. So what they'll do is they'll pretty much shrink the map.
Oh.
What they'll do is they'll shrink the map and they'll mark like a circle area on the map that says this is your safe zone, and you have a certain amount of time to get that safe zone. If you don't get to that safe zone in time, they're just going to release toxic gas. So they release toxic gas throughout the whole map. And you better hope that you're at least close to this area, or you have like a mad, shit ton of med packs. Because if you're not, you just get engulfed by it and you're screwed. I've been in that situation once where it was like maybe my like second game, and there's certain so you can access your map at any point, and it tells you what point you are like on the map. Like it'll say like I-9. And then you open your map, and it's like a grid style, and you'll see I-9 or whatever. And then they'll mark the area that you need to get to. I was like way the fuck away trying to get there and running. I didn't have a car. I didn't have a gun. I didn't have anything because I didn't know what the hell I was doing. And I just immediately died. I will say I'm pretty proud. My fourth game, I got 8th out of
that's pretty good.
150 dudes. I thought that was pretty good.
That's pretty good.
I don't know. They give you there's perks too if you win. Like they give you little...
You get upgrades and loot and stuff?
Well, you get event tickets. I don't even know what you can. I guess special events you can unlock that I think you normally have to pay money for. There's all sorts of little goodies there. You can win airdrops too. There's airdrops element in the game as well. You can call in an airdrop. You actually have to pay for these airdrops, and they drop like a shit ton of cool stuff in the map. But the shitty thing about doing that is, even though it's your airdrop, if you don't get there first,
someone can take it.
Just take your loot.
Or you could use it as some sort of thing to lure people into it and then take them out.
That happens too.
Yeah.
A lot of times I've noticed, because you don't normally find, I don't think I've ever seen someone find a sniper, which is obviously the most powerful gun, actually on the map itself. So someone will go to the loot crate, take the sniper, run away before anyone sees, hide in the bushes. When people come to the crate, they'll just pick them off. So
now, what kind of, you said there's a sniper rifle. What kind of other weapon? Is it pretty much just
ARs, shotguns?
There's nothing crazy
pistols,
katanas or...
There's machetes.
Okay.
There's machetes. There's axes. There's bow and arrow.
So it takes itself kind of seriously. It's not this isn't Dead Rising or anything like that.
No, it's played to be realistic, but
is there any crafting elements like Last of Us or? Yeah,
I've mostly been dabbling with you can pick up, you can have one backpack on you, so you can carry more more inventory with you. Oh, Charlie.
Come here, pup.
Oh, cutie.
Okay.
But if you find let's say you find another backpack, you can shred it and make it into cloth, and you can take that cloth and turn it into bandages, and that stops bleeding if you get shot or whatnot. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, for my first little dabble in like the PC world, I've been having fun with it. I'll definitely keep going. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of fun, kind of different. You just threw the rope and hit the dog on the head.
Yeah. Well, I was as I was throwing it, I was like, well, you can't see behind the camera, but there is quite a lot of just shenanigans and cables, and everything is very.
If I breathe wrong, this whole production is shutting down.
The ceiling might fall on us at any moment. I feel like anything could happen right now.
I feel very endangered right now.
You should. So that's cool.
Yeah.
Is it controller support? Are you keyboard and mouse, or?
I've been WASDing up.
Oh, that's cool.
Trying it out, man. It feels so awkward.
It does feel awkward at first.
She's the worst.
What is she barking at?
I don't know. She sees her shadow.
What are you barking at, pup?
She doesn't care.
But
she has no concern over what we're doing.
No,
right now.
she says, "Why are you guys here if you're not playing with me? What's the point of anyone being here?"
Yeah. So yeah, man. The whole WASD trying to figure out what all the different. I think at one time because I don't really. I mean, I guess you can map your buttons or whatever, but
it's like different stuff.
Yeah, I was hitting every little button, seeing what everything did.
Accidentally doing stuff, probably.
Yeah, pretty much. You can toggle in and out between. They have first person mode and third person as well. I kind of prefer the third person
because you can see more around you and
yeah,
stuff.
And the aiming really isn't that much more advanced if you're in first person. So,
and I assume if you get like scoped or anything like that, it goes kind of into first person anyway.
You can. I've seen guys that are actually pretty decent at aiming, snipe people with a third person.
Oh, really?
Yeah. There's no. The game's not smart enough to know that you have to lead your shot. Really, it's kind of just point. If you're on, if the dot's on the dude, pull the trigger, they're dead. So, yeah, I don't know. It's been fun. Let's see.
Anything else on PC?
Oh yeah.
Oh wow. PC centric.
This one is on PC right now. I think exclusively. I don't know if it's coming to consoles. I would imagine it would be. It's a quirky little game. I'm sure a lot of people out there have heard of it. I Am Bread. Have you played it yet?
I haven't played it, but
okay.
I've seen definitely videos of it.
I wanted to try it out. I don't know. It's like $10 on Steam or something like that.
It's from the makers of Surgeon Simulator.
Yeah, and it's very much
like that.
Very much in that same vein. Where so the whole, if you haven't seen anything on it, quick go to YouTube. I don't know, search something. I'd like us to maybe stream a couple of these games too. Try it out.
You have PC now. You should.
You need to set me up with like how you do all this shit because I don't have anything at home.
We could figure it out.
Yeah, I would love to. It'd be a good time. Pretty much.
I think I get a couple licenses of like my streaming software that I pay for. So
okay, let's have an internal meeting after the show and talk about it. Yeah, company meeting. So if you surprised to know that the game called I Am Bread, you are actually a piece of bread, and your whole goal on every level is to get toasted.
Yeah, and be delicious.
Be delicious. Yeah, you don't want to. So you don't have a health bar necessarily, but you have an editability.
Yeah, close enough.
I have a hard
edibility.
Edibility bar. So you're. It's hard to explain. It really is. Each trigger, like I do play with this one with a controller.
Yeah, I think you have to.
So each trigger. So I was playing it with a 360 controller. So your left trigger, right trigger, bumpers. They control a corner of the bread.
Yep.
And you use the left stick to manipulate based on the corner that you're grabbing. So if let's say I hold down the right trigger, that'll force the bread to grip based on the top right corner of the piece of bread. So you pretty much swing your way and shuffle your way to like on the first
there's like a skateboard or something.
Yeah, on the first level you start off, it's like in a kitchen, and you start off on a kitchen table and you see across the way, hey, there's a toaster. I'll go get to that toaster. It's not that easy, but yeah, you kind of swing and like do your little bread shimmy all the way to the toaster, and that's the first level. They do as the levels progress, they don't just like necessarily show you like a toaster on different sides of whatever room you're in. You have to like, there's puzzle elements too. You have to figure out what surfaces are hot that I'm going to be able to toast on. So like the second level, I know you're like in a living room and you have to figure out, I kind of knew this because I saw a video prior to playing it, so I kind of cheated, but you have to like knock a bowling ball onto a TV, and then the TV sparks, gets hot, you land on said TV.
Toasted.
Toast yourself to shit. So it's been fun. I mean, whatever. It's good for like a pick up and play if you want to kill a half hour or so. It's not something I would sit down and play like for a super long time.
Yeah.
But it's kind of neat, and for like, I think it was like $10 on Steam. Why not?
Cool.
Let's try it out.
Cool.
And I know, like,
I think they're adding stuff. I saw like there's a baguette or something.
There's a baguette, a destruction baguette.
Okay.
That you just your whole goal is they give you like a time to go in the room and destroy as much shit as you can, because the baguette is the strongest of all the breads, clearly.
So it's kind of like Crash Mode in Burnout Paradise or something like that.
Yeah. So I don't know. Give it a shot. I think that one's still in early access too.
I think it is still early access.
And like with the Surgeon Simulator, if you've ever seen anything on that, there's tons of Easter eggs and tons of stuff in that. So I would imagine that they'd be doing that for the bread as well.
Yeah, just keep making it and stuff.
I am
actually.
bread.
They announced at some point it's coming out to iOS too.
I'm curious how that would work.
I don't know how it's gonna work. They haven't shown that yet.
What if you like tap down and like use the gyro or something?
Yeah, maybe
like that?
something like that. I did see that announcement was made.
Interesting. I would imagine that would be 10 times harder.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine doing that. Not at all.
No. So Cole's brief PC
Cole's
experience.
PC minute.
I also picked up like years ago, Steam sale. I never got to it. I'm only bringing this up because I think it's on sale for deals for gold right now on Xbox One. Sleeping Dogs. If you've never played Sleeping Dogs, I thought I saw it on March. It was on sale for like $25. They're like the definitive edition
deals.
or sale or whatever it is.
Yeah. I thought you meant like the free with gold.
No, that's I'm excited to play. That's Rayman right now. I didn't play Legend. I played Origin and liked it a lot, so I'm super pumped to play that one. But if you've never played Sleeping Dogs, I've
never played Sleeping Dogs, Cole.
Give it a shot. It's good. It's like GTA. It's got that open world feel, but it's got a really cool combat system. Combat system similar to, I mean, not as good as like the Arkham series, but similar to that. You're doing some karate moves and that sort of thing, and there's the parry system and that sort of thing. So bringing that element to it is kind of neat, I think. And the story so far is really good. I won't really go into it, but it's surprisingly good. And I think that's a game that went below a lot of people's radar as far as like something to pick up. So
I feel like it came out around a bunch of other stuff.
It had to have.
I can't remember what exactly, but
I remember seeing it like this was either last year or 2 years ago for one of the big Steam sales. And I figured why not, and I just never played it. But now that I have a comp that can play a little bit, high levels and that sort of thing, I thought I'd try it out, and it's pretty cool. So
sweet.
Games.
Not
really anything on console. I haven't been playing that much on console. Every once in a while, trying some Halo. That doesn't really work super well.
I haven't tried.
They put Team Snipers up. I tried that. Man,
I want to try Team Snipers.
Am I bad at Team Snipers? I am really bad, Ryan.
Cole, how bad are you?
I'm really bad. I'm pretty decent SWAT player.
What? What was that noise?
Pretty decent SWAT player. Charlie's she's the Few Bits mascot. She's just part of the show. I don't know if she's in shot right now.
No, not even close. She'd have to be like up to.
Come here, Charlie.
She'd be like in your lap pretty
much.
Come
here. So yeah, I don't know. That's kind of what I've been doing.
Cool. Yeah.
What have you been playing, Ryan? I saw you did a stream of The Order.
Yeah, and we haven't really talked about it. I'm fully invested in the PlayStation platform now.
Oh, yeah?
I don't really know how that happened.
Where's your Sony hat?
Yeah, I don't know. It's in the mail, I guess. But yeah, I bought a PS4, I bought a Vita, and then I bought a PlayStation TV to put in the kids' room. So I have everything.
I'm pretty sure you're the only one in Aurora, Illinois with a PlayStation TV.
They were giving them out with PS4s last weekend. Like, seriously. Yeah, I don't know.
You want?
I don't know. I
don't want it.
No one wants it. I use it all the time, like every day, for remote play. I just remote play like a fool, like a daggone fool.
Mm-hmm.
And that's pretty much just for Destiny.
I don't even know what system's playing on what system anymore.
It's really easy just to grind out stuff in Destiny, just in bed, or
in bed
while watching TV or doing whatever.
Taking a shower. Put it in your Nyko bag.
Destiny
your waterproof
poop.
bag.
Nyko bag. I got my Nyko grips. My little hand grips to make it easier. Yeah, that is one thing. That thing is not comfortable to play long sessions in without those grips. It's too small for my big, stupid claw hands.
Your hands aren't that big, Ryan. They're dainty. They're like.
So yeah, I've been playing still a lot of Destiny,
hands.
but we don't have to get into that anymore. I have a level 30 guy now.
Okay.
I'm
very proud of you.
Thanks. I don't know how I feel about it.
I don't know if I tell you that enough.
Thanks. I appreciate that.
You really made it.
I made it.
You have a kid, a level 30 character, a dog that can't help but interrupt the podcast.
Wants to play. Now she's definitely in the shot. Oh, barely.
She's shy. She doesn't want to be on camera. She just wants to be the
Order. I play The Order because I have a PS4.
Werewolves.
Why wouldn't I play The Order?
It's like Gears of War with werewolves.
Gears of Werewolves. It's a really dumb thing to say.
No, that was good. I liked it.
Yeah.
I bet that's someone's review title.
Gears of Werewolves.
Yeah, that's their headline.
I think the NeoGaf thread was Gears of Yore was the.
That's really good, actually.
That wasn't bad.
Nah, yeah, I would be like if I came up with that,
you would be happy about it.
I'd call it a day.
Well, I'm done.
This thing pretty much fucking rates itself from here.
So that feels like a launch game that is a year too late.
Got it. I've heard it's pretty.
It's really you know what it feels like? You played Rise on Xbox One.
I played about 10 minutes of Rise.
And you thought this is pretty, but it feels a lot like a launch game.
Yeah.
That's what this kind of feels like.
It was like Gun. Remember Gun on 360? We went from Gun to Rise to The Order, I guess. I guess Knack would have been.
I should really like this game because I like werewolves. I like
I've heard you don't see too many werewolves.
Stuff. I like Underworld a lot, like way too much.
Oh yeah.
I should really like this game.
Blade
is cool. I like really bad, actiony horror things.
Anything with Ryan Reynolds in it.
Oh yeah, I love Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
Green Lantern. Yeah.
Deadpool, is that coming out? He's not gonna be Deadpool, is he?
He is gonna be. I think because that thing leaked and they got all excited about it. And I think I'm pretty sure he still is Deadpool.
You know you're gonna see that.
I stopped watching Green Lantern after 20 minutes. I said I can't.
I watched it all.
I can't do this anymore.
Watched every minute of it.
Sorry.
Blake Lively, Ryan Reynolds.
Oh yeah, she was in it. Weren't they married or something crazy?
I don't know, Ryan. Let's not.
The Order, 1886.
Way too much time on Ryan Reynolds.
I don't like Ryan Reynolds that much, just to clarify.
Okay.
The internet.
Okay. I don't know what anyone's accusing you.
It feels like a launch game. It feels like
about Ryan Reynolds now.
I can't stop thinking about him.
What was that movie he was in with Kumar, where he went to school forever?
Van Wilder. It's like you're just gonna say the title of the movie and then laugh. Van Wilder.
Tara Reid. Wasn't Tara Reid in that one?
Yeah, she was in that one.
All right.
I don't know where we are.
Werewolves.
The Order. Yeah, you don't fight the werewolves very often. The werewolves are in the game very briefly. They're not very exciting.
And from that launch trailer, like when we first saw it, when I first got excited about it, I
Where
thought
like
it'd
the
be nothing.
carriage comes in
Oh yeah,
into a city.
I thought
you're
it was
like
gonna be
locked
nothing
and
but
loading.
nothing but Draculas and vampires. And,
The shooting-
and werewolves. I guess Draculas and vampires are very similar.
And there are minor spoiler. There are vampires in it.
What?
Yeah,
Is Blade in it?
but
Ryan Reynolds?
guess what? You never do anything with the vampires. They're just kind of in it.
Bah.
Yeah,
Just in the background.
100% it.
Rah.
You see a vampire twice. It's in a cutscene, and that's it. The game took me a weekend to finish. It is short. I know that's kind of been a big controversy of how long the game is.
Games need to be 25 hours.
I don't think they really need to be 25
They don't
hours.
need to be 25
I'd be
hours.
really stoked if that game was really good and it was that short.
How long did it take you?
I don't know. Probably 3 sittings.
Oh, I was about to say 3 hours.
I don't think you could. You can't because you can't skip cutscenes.
Hey.
And the cutscenes are probably 2 hours of that game, I bet. There's just weird things about it. There's like no puzzle solving at all. It's super linear. You just run and gun and shoot. Maybe get to a room 2 or 3 times where it's like an area where the werewolf will come out of a corner,
Oh, yeah.
run at you. You hit X to roll. He'll run back, turn around, run out of that corner. You hit X to roll. He'll run back, and you're shooting him that whole time. And then he falls down and dies, and you run up to him and hit triangle and like stab him.
Is werewolves the silver bullets? Is that a werewolf?
Yeah, it is, but you don't do that in this game. You have this like
What do you
sword
do, Ryan?
machete. So you shoot. It's a third-person cover-based shooter.
Yeah.
Where
so
you
it's
shoot
like Gears of War.
like Gears of War, and you shoot a majority of the time. That is like the only action you do in the game.
You're just shooting men, though.
You're shooting men.
A lot of men.
You probably kill literally like 8 werewolves in the whole game. I would say 6 of them you shoot, and then there's 2 different scenes where it's a quick time event. Almost think of it as like what am I trying to say? Punch Out.
Okay.
But it tells you exactly what buttons you have to hit to dodge and stuff like that.
Dip dive.
And even like the last boss, which is similar to a fight you had before, which I don't mind that. I think they have to teach you how to fight the last boss at some point, or like some sort of mechanic in the game. So I don't really mind that. But there's one move in the last boss where it's like the majority of the time to attack in those modes, it's R1 and R2. And then all of a sudden a thing pops up and says, hit L2 to do like a 3-hit combo. And I was still hitting like R1 and R2 to like knock down his health because I noticed his health bar going down.
Why didn't you just hit 3-hit combo button all the time?
Hit L1, hit L1, hit L1. So I was like, all right, I guess I'll hit L1. Hit L1, and he did his thing. And then it was back to just regular R2 and R1. Like they just threw that in there at the last minute for no reason. There are also times in the game where it feels a lot like The Last of Us, and I could see like this getting approved.
You just compare this game to The Last of Us.
But not in any good way. I can just see this game getting approved. Like, hey, we need another big new title, like as Sony. We had a cover-based third-person shooter that was all about zombies.
Oh, yeah.
What if we have a cover-based third-person shooter that's all about werewolves, but it's not really about werewolves?
I like it.
And there's also like bad stealth elements in the game.
Put it out in a year. I like it.
Yeah, exactly. You could like see this thing getting approved in like some sort of meeting, or like from like the initial pitch to like kind of how the game was maybe built and made. Whiny little dog.
Tea kettle
the dog.
Come here.
But I mean, even up to the point where there's a lot of like cinematic elements and things that feel like The Last of Us. Even when you like die, let's say you die to, I don't know, a guy about to like run up and shoot you, like in some sort of like cutscene quick time event thing. It like cuts out right at the most gruesome moment, like it does in The Last of Us. It'll like just cut to black and then like start again. It does that all the time. There isn't even a moment in the game where you're going through a section with a AI like co-op partner. And there's a section where you get to a ledge, and you have to boost her up so she can get a ladder to bring it down, and then you go up that ladder. Like, give me a boost, Joel.
Give me a boost, Joel.
There's like elements.
I can't swim. Get this barge for me.
And that's the other thing. There's no puzzles at all in the game. There's items you can pick up, and you literally like pick them up and look at them. You can roll them around in your hand using an analog stick, or flip them over and like roll around the back. But a lot of the times there's these like old timey papers and things like that. They're not actually like useful or bring anything really to the story. I don't know what really the point of them are, other than to like, hey, look how cool this piece of paper we made looks. Or, hey, look at how crazy. That's another thing. You get guns. Every time you get a new gun, you like pick it up and like you just look at it for a sec. I gotta roll around and look at this gun. Look how badass this gun looks. And sometimes you'll go to like the side of it and it'll say like hit triangle to like load the gun or something like that. But can you come here?
Oh no.
Oh, puppy.
Oh no, we've hit. Do you want to pause it for a second?
Puppy panic. Hold on a sec. What?
I guess I'll do a dance for y'all. Because we're still on video. Hey. Maybe Ryan will put an overlay up. I have no idea. So what's in the news these days? What's on my Twitter feed? Let's see what's going on in the world. I'm seeing Project Morpheus photos. Whoa. Put a big stupid goggle thing on your face and look around the world that you're not really in, because that's virtual reality, Ryan.
I'll buy one now that I'm 100% invested.
You'll look just
into the PlayStation platform. Yeah,
you'll look just as cool as this fella right here.
Yeah, so
you want to look that cool?
I want to look that cool.
I could just see. I would love to see your wife's initial reaction when you put that thing on your face.
Oh, I don't.
She's gonna be like, I'm taking the child.
She leaves.
I'm taking the child. I'm leaving.
Yeah.
You big goofy son of a bitch.
So
Go ahead, Ryan.
The Order, I don't know. It I mean, it has it's the best looking game on consoles probably ever. It really is. It looks great. I mean, maybe that's why they want you to like look at guns all the way around, stuff like that. It sounds really good. There's a lot of, I don't know what you just showed me on your phone. There's
lots of news scoops going on, Ryan. GDC's going on right now.
GDC.
We're missing all the scoops. Talking about stupid werewolf games.
God damn it, The Order. It sounds really good. The soundtrack's really good. Mm-hmm. The audio design's really good. The whole presentation of the game is great. The story's okay. There's a lot left on the table because it is short. But
I'm pretty sure we've talked about The Order longer than The Order actually takes to beat.
I don't know. If you want to play The Order, if you just want to rent it and play it for the weekend and check it out.
Hey.
And you want a PS4?
Gamefly.
You want a Redbox that? You want to game box that?
Box that all day.
Go for it. It's a fine video game. It's not a great video game. Don't expect anything super deep or life-changing or anything like that.
I mean,
if you would rather do that than see a couple movies over the weekend,
or like exercise,
or
like make a cake,
or any of these things.
You could exercise then make a cake because you earned it.
Those might be better options. I don't know. I feel mixed about it, I suppose. That's what that means.
Now I want cake.
Well, The Order doesn't have any cake.
Do you have a cake here?
I don't.
Your wife makes cake sometimes.
No cakes here. Sorry to disappoint.
Jesus Christ.
Just like The Order. It wasn't disappointing. I knew what I was getting into.
The Order is like a cake without frosting.
It was exactly what I thought it was going to be. And
it's like when you buy funfetti, but you forget to put the sprinkles in it. Then it's just normal cake.
They sucked all the fun out of it. Where's the fun?
Where's the fun? Now it's just cake. It's just another game.
The order.
Just another cake.
The order's cake without funfetti. Is that what you're telling me?
Without sprinkles, yes.
Without sprinkles. It's funfetti cake without sprinkles.
That's... Yep.
That's our official review.
Official review. We give it a regular cake out of cake. Like that would be our review scale. Like the greatest games ever would be full-blown funfetti with a nice buttercream frosting.
Wow, that's pretty impressive.
This is just a regular Pillsbury yellow cake with nothing on it. No even like birthday candles or anything. It's like served on like newspaper. Like here's your fucking cake on newspaper.
Deal with it.
Hopefully ink didn't get on it.
I hope
Still kind of moist.
I hope you might like it.
You know, some people don't like that word, Ryan. Moist. It makes them uncomfortable. I've been around numerous people that when I say the word moist,
They just don't like it.
they like it. It gives them the heebie-jeebies. I don't know if it's like a sexual thing.
So then maybe you should stop saying it into a microphone. I don't know. That's the kind of a thought.
Do you kind of get what I'm getting at here?
I guess.
I'm trying to make you uncomfortable at home. No,
Oh.
I'm just kidding. Sorry for any of those that I've
Offended.
that I've offended by the word. That's a synonym to like damp.
Damp. I think that damp might be worse.
No. Like a damp towel. You wouldn't say, oh, I guess you got a moist towelette. When you have some...
How did we even get here? How did we get here? What are we talking about?
I don't know.
Cakes.
I don't really care. I want some fried chicken. Because fried chicken, you get a nice moist towelette, cleans you up real good. Doos you up fresh. You don't have to go to the bathroom right away to wash that off. Moist towelettes, Ryan. Cake. Werewolves. GDC. Morpheus. Video games. Buzzwords. Synergy.
Synergy.
Okay, I'm sorry.
That's all right, I think.
Do you have anything else to share with the group?
Not really about the order. I don't know.
Have you been playing anything else that I should know about and turn into a random topic?
I've been playing... You know, I got back, now that I have a Vita, into Hotline Miami.
Oh yeah, 2's coming out.
2's coming out next week.
Oh boy.
And
it's on sale right now.
I never finished it.
$13. I didn't finish it either.
Hotline Miami 1 is $13 on Steam?
2.
Oh, 2.
$13 on Steam for pre-sale.
Yeah. I think it's the same on PlayStation.
What happened?
I don't know.
Did we crash? We still going?
I think we're still going.
Okay. Sorry, we had
I don't know. It said error or
slight
something.
technical malfunction there.
God, everything's going to fall apart.
If you hear this, congratulations.
God, you did it. You did something.
It took a miracle.
It's like God, yeah. God's with us tonight.
So Hotline Miami. I really
I've been
enjoyed
playing
it.
Hotline Miami. I never
It's
played.
good.
I played the first one. I started like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
I just never got into it. I was playing on keyboard and mouse.
Okay.
Maybe that was my issue.
That's a game for a
I jumped on the
controller.
Vita, just to like sit in bed, and, just whatever, do whatever.
You've been just gaming in bed.
Vitaing is the Vita's changed my life.
Your dog is
I know.
like,
I don't know what's happening upstairs.
you're going to go, your house is going to be gone.
That's how the ceiling's gonna fall on us.
It just falls through the fucking floor. Well, I guess ceiling for us, floor for her.
Yeah.
And that would be the end of Charlie.
Yeah.
And probably the show.
Yeah, it would be in a few bits. That's how we stop. Hotline Miami is really great. I've been having a lot of fun playing it.
There's pig masks. There's horse masks.
I've been rocking
lots of guns.
the tiger mask most of the time.
Okay. Fair enough.
I kind of the one I've gravitated towards.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's a really, obviously.
What does it mean? There's a rooster. He's talking gibberish.
Yeah, it's more of a puzzle game than anything, which I think is interesting. Obviously the music's great.
It's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to playing the new one next weekend.
I try to treat it as little like a puzzle game as I possibly can, but if you do that, you pretty much die immediately.
I mean, it's really fun, and it's super satisfying when you can just like
run and gun,
run through the whole thing.
It's hard as hell.
And you're like throwing shit.
It is hard as hell.
Doing all sorts of stuff. Yeah, that game is great.
That game is about 3 years old now?
I think it came out in.
Thank you.
Just your microphone. I think it came out 2 years ago.
2 years,
maybe 3. I don't really know, to be honest.
It's 2015, Ryan.
I know.
Yeah, so it's like
maybe
a
2012. I
top-down
bet 2012.
puzzle shooter.
It's all pixelated.
It's all pixelated.
Feels super 80s.
Yep, I heard this one's in the 90s now. Number 2's in the 90s.
Yeah.
So we're getting up there. I heard it's the same story arc, though. Like, it follows elements of the old game.
And I'm not too deep in it. I'm probably like chapter 4 or 5.
Okay.
There hasn't really been much of a story, so I don't know how crazy the story
Phone
gets.
rings, you pick it up, you go kill some people. That's about it.
And then there's a guy after every mission that says
It's
a couple
weird.
weird things, and then you do it all over again.
I never beat it. I got probably... I had to have been over halfway through it, but...
I looked it up. There's, I think, 16 chapters.
Okay. I had to have been up to at least 8. I played it for a while. And it's super fun. I just kind of got... I guess not necessarily burnt out. It did feel a little bit repetitive. I know it's harder and harder as you go on.
Yeah,
There's more
totally,
elements
for sure.
to it. I don't know. Maybe something else came out that just got my attention. But I do want to check out 2. I think want to get back into it and check it out. And that is definitely one where I've heard you're at a way more of a disadvantage if you do it with a keyboard and mouse.
Yeah.
Well, I guess you wouldn't use really a mouse. Well, to aim, to use the mouse?
Yeah.
Okay. Then if you use... I was using the 360 controller, even though I was playing it on PC. I heard that's the way to do it. It was a lot easier. A lot more
Totally.
fun.
That makes sense. I mean, it's a twin stick shooter.
Yeah.
At its core. So, yeah. So that's... I mean, other than that...
Super violent. Super fun.
Yeah.
Lots of colors. Lots of cool music. It's neat.
It's a rad little game.
Is that on iPhone?
No.
Okay.
That wouldn't be a bad platform. It's
hard as fuck.
Yeah, it's pretty...
Anything on the iPhone is hard that requires precise controls.
Yes. I agree.
Observation. That I'm sure is
Observation confirmed.
shared by millions.
I'm trying to think. I mean, other than Destiny, I've been really enjoying just like a little...
Sounds like you've been playing every game from bed.
I've been
Ryan, there's stuff going out there in the world. You got to get out of bed sometime with your Nyko handles.
I don't. See, the only time I can really play is when the kid's asleep.
Funfetti, fried chicken, and
I'm
Nyko.
typically in bed when the kid's
moist
asleep.
towelette.
Which is, I don't know, he goes to sleep at 9:30 or 10 or so. So I'm not really in front of the TV by then. I'm kind of up in bed, kind of trying to go to sleep myself. So I don't know, I'll do a strike in Destiny, or I'll play a couple levels of Hotline Miami, or I've really enjoyed having a Vita. I haven't had a handheld since the DS, and I had the PSP.
Yeah, the second iteration of the DS, right?
The DS Lite.
Yeah. I had the big bulky one that didn't really pan out too well for me.
Yeah. No, and I love, like, the DS might be one of my, I mean, it's probably behind, like, the 360 and the Super Nintendo. It's probably, like, my next favorite console. Like, I love the DS. And I really enjoy handheld gaming. So to come back to it after all these years it's been a lot of fun to kind of jump back in. And
feel the sparkle.
Feel the sparkle in my hands.
Tingle.
That tingly. Yeah, I like the Vita's, like, and the PlayStation, and even like the PlayStation TV. All the hardware on the Sony stuff, it's great. It's like super well designed. It kind of does everything. Like, there's even stuff in the Vita that I forget even exists, because not a lot of games even take advantage of it, like the back touch, or all the cameras, or
pretty sure there's only
tilt
one
controls, or
for every function.
All that stuff. And even like the DualShock 4, it's got like the internal speaker, it's got the light on the back, it's got the touchpad, it's got the so they just kind of
really selling it.
They kind of throw everything at it and just kind of leave it up to developers to kind of do what they want with it, which I think is kind of cool. It's funny that the Sony
come a long way from the Rumble Pack, Ryan.
I think it's funny that Sony, the like hardware company, makes all this elegant, cool hardware that does a bunch of stuff. But I mean, I'm coming from Xbox for all these years, their online service just isn't that great. And Xbox is like this big
Xbox Live is
it's big.
They got it locked down.
Yeah, Xbox Live is locked down, but then the actual hardware is like this big clunky, stupid,
What do you mean?
box.
My Xbox One is like sleek. It's like small.
Exactly.
It looks like a VCR from 1982.
It's just funny that I guess it's not really funny, but it's just the observation that the hardware company Sony makes really awesome hardware, and the software company Microsoft makes really awesome software. Who would have thought? Who dung thought it?
What if the merger would have happened?
Oh God!
What if it would have happened, Ryan? What we'd play a play box.
Yeah. I mean, if the original PlayStation actually was, just a disc on a Super Nintendo, like it was going to be way back in the day.
Who was it? Was it Sony that didn't want to? Was it Microsoft that didn't want to pair with Sony, or Sony that didn't want to pair with Microsoft?
Oh, I didn't.
Wait a minute.
That was never.
I'm confusing. Or was it Sony that wanted to join Nintendo?
So Nintendo was going to have a disc, optical
that was
drive
it.
on
Okay.
their Super Nintendo.
I was getting those confused.
That never happened. And then it kind of turned into
right.
PlayStation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
The Dreamcast actually has Microsoft software in it. It actually runs off like a version of Windows. And then that kind of, if you think about it, like even like Peter Moore, which ran Xbox for a great long time, was running Sega at one point. So it's no coincidence that all kind of happened the way it happened.
Okay.
So the Xbox is kind of like the Dreamcast too. And that's where that kind of lineage goes.
And this was your history in gaming mode with Ryan.
I know a lot of dumb stuff, I guess.
Serious question, Ryan. When are they bringing Crash Bandicoot back?
I don't know. It's a great question. Did you hear about the Gex stuff?
Yes, I did.
Like Gex is coming back. If someone wants to make it and wants to give 10% to whoever IDOS owns it, or Square owns it now.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a weird thing.
I faintly remember Gex being a thing.
All those. Actually, did you see that I posted on the other day on our A Few Bits Facebook page and A Few Bits Twitter? Oh. Just search A Few Bits on those platforms.
If you've ever heard of Twitter or Facebook.
Yeah. They're remaking Clay Fighter. So
I saw you posted that.
Clay
I read
Fighter
it.
is being remastered for some
All
reason.
right.
Toe Jam and Earl's trying to get remastered right now. There's a Kickstarter for that. The 90s are back, and they're back hard.
Cool spot. When's that getting?
Cool. I don't know, man. Should figure that out. Have you seen that
Adventures?
talking about GDC and like indie games and stuff like that?
Radical Rex? Remember the skateboarding dinosaur?
I do remember him. He was pretty rad. You're not wrong. You're 100% right. There's a really cool. I'm just checking the time on this thing.
Okay.
There's a really cool.
How much time until the internet breaks?
Oh, fucking at any moment, everything in this house is gonna break.
Dog falls through.
Dog falls through. There's a really rad racing game.
Rad Racer?
It's not Rad Racer. It's called Drift Stage.
Is it about drifting?
It's super 80s and 90s. It's very low polygon count, which I kind of is somewhat turning into like the next trend in indie games. Kind of how like 16 like bit sprites and stuff like that was a trend for like so long. Now everyone wants to make like these super clean, low poly models and stuff like that. There's that game, and there's is it Strafe or Strife or something like that? It's kind of like a Doom-esque shooter. Yeah, there's these really like colorful, crazy looking games that are reminiscent of something you'd see in the mid to late 90s that are just obviously having a resurgence. Everything kind of 80s and 90s is always coming back. So Power Glove's gonna be back next and stuff like that.
Project Morpheus.
Yep.
Combined with Power Glove.
Oh God, it'll be great.
You can control Rad Racer with Power Glove.
You could. You're right.
The Wizard. Check it out at your local Blockbuster.
In stores now. The Wizard.
Go to here. Are there Blockbusters anymore? Are there any?
No, they're all gone. Yeah.
Everyone I wish there was like one.
There's one.
Like one.
There's one not too far away that used to be one, and now it's just like the flipped upside down sign in the strip mall, which is always like the really like sad, lamest thing. You know, like the like strip mall sign with all the different like signs for the stores that are on it, and like there's the one that always like has prime real estate, and that store's never open, and they just flip the sign over, so they're not actually advertising the brand, but it's clearly just the Blockbuster sign upside down.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
that was a Blockbuster there. Across the street from that used to be a Planet Hollywood. Not Planet Hollywood. Hollywood Video.
Do you remember being excited going to Blockbusters and renting games?
That
was a thing that you'll never share that with your child.
I think about that a lot. I think about, maybe it's just because I enjoy like media and, you know, stuff like that, movies and music and video games, obviously, and things like that. And even like going into a Best Buy right now, there's no like, you can't like shop for stuff. Like either you have to know exactly what you want, or it might be there the week it comes out, and that's it. But like to like go into like a record shop, like
browse.
There's no browsing anymore. I guess there's online browsing, but the like hunt of also browsing.
Well,
and to like physically have it, buy it that day and have it.
In the days without having the internet on you at any, you know, every point, every second of your day, there would be moments of surprise that, oh, I didn't know this came out, or oh, like this person came out with a new album. That's cool. Like I want to check that out. Like there's nothing that surprises you anymore. You know exactly what you know, like you said, you know exactly what you want. You're going in there to buy a certain item and you pick it up, and you know, they don't even, like a Best Buy, they don't even give you the option to pick up games anymore. You got to like bring up a paper sheet, and then they go in the back, and at least the ones by us, and get the game out of a cage for you.
I don't even, I
know you pre-order.
I pre-order online, and then I just go pick it up.
Yeah, well,
but I pre-order.
That's even sadder.
I don't even pre-order. Like I order it the day of. Yeah. Online, and then I just walk up to the counter and say, "Give me my."
There's
game.
Something in here, like, because I remember as a child, and I'm sure that you will agree with me to a certain degree, as getting so excited those days where you saved all your little allowances up to go to Toys R Us, take that lovely paper form out of the pocket, and bring it up to the little old lady to give you, you know, NBA Jam or whatever the fuck you were buying that day. Like, that was special. Like, do you think with your little baby boy, those trips to Toys R Us will be as special as? Because I mean,
they'll be special for toys, but I don't think they'll be special for like big ticket items like that, like games and stuff like that. You know, for toys and stuff like that, I think that'll be there. Excuse me. But I think for game, I think we're also in an area where the perception and value of games is constantly on the decline because of the free-to-play movement. So, like, he might be into just Minecraft and just, you know, pay the whatever for it and then just play that forever on a phone. Or, I don't know, you know, just another, like, maybe he really likes Clash of Clans or something similar to that, where it's just kind of like free to play, and you know, that's just all he does is just play that one game. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. There's no like big crazy moments like that anymore. It'll be interesting to see, like, I'm trying to think. Like, during the summer, there was always, like, summer blockbusters. And it was, like, a big moment when, I don't know, I'm trying to think of, like, a bad movie that had, like, a crazy game with it or something like that. I'm
sure I can think of one.
Like Batman Returns or something like that.
Oh, God.
Or Jurassic Park.
Remember Batman Forever, the game?
Batman Forever, the game.
I couldn't even get past the first level. I couldn't even figure out how. They started off in like an apartment building. I couldn't even figure out how to get to the next floor.
Yeah.
It was pretty bad.
But there was like this big media like crazy thing, and everything like Batman that year,
Jurassic Park.
like you had to, or
Everything was
Jurassic Park. Anything like dinosaurs, like I was super into that summer because of Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
I went to go see Jurassic Park. I can still remember
think-
when I saw Jurassic Park. I remember having my Jurassic Park toys. I remember playing the Super Nintendo Jurassic Park game with a mouse.
But I think that still kind of exists. I think that does. Like
It probably does, but
you've
I think it's
seen-
just like,
you're obviously out of that world.
yeah, I guess there's the toys and stuff too, but like,
like Frozen. Like
sure.
that was a phenomenon that every child, consumed. Every single piece of anything that could be branded with Frozen, they bought and loved and picked up.
I guess the merchandising and stuff like that still
Yeah,
happen. And the marketing
merchandising.
too.
Yeah.
But I guess just in the element of like the games world, like there wasn't a Frozen game that there probably was for like
Maybe for
3DS or something like that.
I have no idea.
I don't know.
Not a clue.
Yeah, maybe I'm just out of it. Maybe I'm just not thinking about it because it's not directly right in front of me.
You'll be put back into it though once he starts watching. Once he starts watching his Nickelodeons.
We're gonna have so many amiibos.
I don't even know if kids watch Nickelodeon anymore.
I don't know. That's another thing.
Do they just watch YouTube?
Do they just watch kids YouTube? YouTube Kids or whatever the hell?
I'm so like Snick. They'll never watch Snick again, Ryan.
No.
Are You Afraid of the Dark, Ren and Stimpy?
No.
Those were the days, my friend.
They'll never.
They'll never consume media the same way we did. And
It'll never be like a timed thing, or like Saturday night or TGIF, or like any of that.
there's
kind
no
of
Saturday morning cartoons.
No,
I think we've talked
'cause
about
it's
that
all-
before.
And I think that like mentality is also moving towards
Where do
games.
kids see their toy commercials? I remember Saturday morning cartoons was like a huge.
They probably see them on free to play games, I would assume, or they just know about it, or they just when they're at Targets or whatever with their mom, or they YouTube it, or
I remember getting excited too when the big Toys R Us catalog would come before Christmas time. I think that's still a thing. I think so.
Probably, maybe.
Actually, I still get because the old homeowners from the house we bought they had kids, so we still get Toys R Us catalogs and stuff come in their name.
That's pretty exciting.
I've given it a glance.
Sure.
I've given it a little glance.
Why wouldn't you?
A little look-see, a little peek-see. All right.
I don't know what that has to do about video games. Other than
Well, media in general. I think I don't think we should be anchored to just talking about games. We talk about a lot of random shit.
Sure.
So, I think that just even touching base on where we're at as a society and how we consume media is relevant to everything we do here.
it's obviously way different, and obviously everyone's gonna think their way's the best way because they have the best memories with it and stuff like that. Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know if it really is the best way. Like, there's obviously like this sense of convenience where I can just click a button and it's downloaded in my phone or whatever. I didn't actually have to go to a store.
There's less of a sense of ownership with things, though. I feel, at least, like, especially with all the downloadable stuff nowadays. I just like, yeah, it's yours. It's on your computer. It's on your hard drive, whatnot. But there's something too about holding a physical piece of media, like a disc or a cartridge, that almost in a way gives it more value to me, because it's like it's a piece that I own that they can't take away.
Sure.
And that is obviously going to go away more and more. I mean, it kind of is already on its way out, since you can download any game nowadays. But if Xbox would give you a big enough hard drive, which is another issue. But I don't know. I'll be interested to see how your children, how my children, how Bobby's and Jenna, how all the little kiddies of the world will enter this, since we've grown up and we grew up in a time where we really saw progression, from that physical world to now this entire digital
Sure.
world that we live in, it's going to be interesting now that that's all they're going to know is instant gratification, instant everything. It's just, I don't know how they'll take it. I don't know how they'll,
We also saw
how they'll be. I get finish.
Going back to
make a
game.
point.
We also saw like a progression in, like major progressions in hardware and graphics and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Through the years that we were growing up.
Right.
And if you think about it, the Xbox 360 is going to be 10 years old this year.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and there's definitely a change between the 360 and Xbox One.
But
it's not
glaring.
Yeah, it's not crazy like, whatever, Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64, original PlayStation or anything like that. So yeah, it's interesting to think like a majority of kids that are playing games nowadays, like in 2013 was their first like console generation.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because those boxes were 8 years old at that point.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not that crazy of a jump. So you wonder those kids that also like grew up playing Angry Birds and had Angry Birds shirts and Angry Birds little toys and Angry Birds everything. Like, is that their Mario?
Mm-hmm.
Is Angry Birds? Like, are they going to be in 20 years when everything from this time is cool again?
I don't think so.
Are Angry Birds going to be super cool again? I don't know. Maybe. Oh man, remember Angry Birds? Yeah, I shot those pigs with that bird. It was red. I don't know.
I don't think it'll have that lasting impact. I just think that people are so quick to move on to the next thing nowadays that especially like I think Mario has had such a lasting impact is because we've seen that game not only progress graphically but progress in just the way you play it. I mean, it's changed over the years as consoles have gotten more and more like 3D space. You've seen that game grow up, along with you growing up, and I just think that's why it's had a lasting impact. I don't know what you could really do with Angry Birds to make an Angry Birds kart racer, or I don't know what you could really.
Kart racer.
Was there?
Yeah.
Oh fuck. Okay, fair enough. So okay, I'm wrong. If they had an Angry Birds kart racer, it's definitely 10 years from now. definitely gonna be prevalent.
Good.
Yeah, I don't know. We were kind of rambling there.
We were.
Did we make any points? I'm not sure. I don't know. We talked though.
Yeah, and you listened.
Jackson, if you're listening to this 10 years from now, do you know what Angry Birds are? Are they still cool? Is cool still a word? Is it still cool to say cool?
I don't know. In 3 years, what'll be the cool thing he'll be in? I mean, it'll probably be, Disney Infinity toys and amiibos and things like that. Is what's going to be all over my house.
I'm curious with all this VR stuff that's coming out.
Oh, and that
more
too.
And more. How that's really gonna.
I mean, this is the year.
Is that gonna take over, or is
Valve saying partnering up with HTC
mm-hmm.
and having it come out this year? I don't know. There's stuff literally happening right now about Morpheus. About Morpheus.
I read a quick blurb that said 2016. I haven't gotten into it yet.
So there you go with that.
You heard it here. Probably not first.
Maybe. I don't know. You maybe heard it here first. We possibly saw something about it.
I possibly read something on Twitter that said Morpheus 2016.
But there's at GDC, there's 4 hours worth of conferences just on Morpheus. So they're heavily focused on VR. And Razer's coming out with a VR headset.
Hotness. Is it an e-razor?
No.
Oh, okay.
And Xbox is the only one not focusing. Well, they're going to make something, I assume, at some point. But
Kinect's still around, Ryan. Don't forget about Kinect.
You don't really need it. I don't know. VR, it'll be interesting.
I don't know. I'd give it a try.
What kind of world we're in. I definitely want to try it. I'll probably buy one of these things at some point.
I don't want to do this. I don't want to look.
I don't know how
not very good for audio, but I was looking around the room.
I don't know how much I'll actually use it. And considering I am actually getting less and less actual game time, and I'm playing my Vita mostly in mute, sometimes with headphones, and that's about it. Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe I'm just old and curmudgeon-y, but the more and more that you like actually have to physically interact with the game, like it's not super attractive to me. I do kind of just like relaxing with a controller, looking at a screen, taking things in. I don't know. Maybe I'll think it's really cool. Future's kind of now. Maybe it's in 2016.
Future's next year. Hang tight. Hang tight for the future.
So we'll see. Yeah. We'll see what those darn kids are into. They're, I don't know, my day. They're Pokemans. Pokemans is still around.
Yeah, sure is.
All right.
Sure is.
Are we done, Ryan? Have we had enough of this?
I think so. I think we're good.
Cool. So, if you like this, and I don't know why you wouldn't, you can check out other stuff. Search just a few bits on iTunes, fewbits.com, Facebook, Twitter at a few bits, youtube.com/fewbitspodcast, twitch.tv/a few bits. It's not podcast, right? It's just few bits.
On Twitch, yeah.
Twitch.tv/a few bits. I'm at Coltix on Twitter. He's at Ryan Hank. Yeah, thanks for joining us.
Bye.